So this woman went on a rant. She went on a rant saying, I can't stand men now. She says, not sure if this is the right sub, but I figure some women here could relate. My post got removed in a different sub. Guess it struck too much of a nerve with some of them. LOL. She says, they all expect too much and never want to give anything. No, I don't want to have sex after you went all day ignoring me and acting like I'm just here. No, I don't want to make your food when I'm not even hungry, and you don't appreciate anything I do. So what makes you think I want to do anything for you? No, I don't want to go anywhere with you and the kids. I want my me time to get the F away and have some peace and quietness. Again, no, I don't want to have sex. Sex is what led to kids and is the reason I'm stuck in the house all day, every day. I could go the rest of my life without ever having sex again. My man keeps telling me that if I continue with this attitude and way of thinking, I'll end up by myself, as if that's a bad thing. I just wonder how many cats I'm going to have to love on. Women who spent way too long with a man and eventually left, how glorious did it feel to only have to do things strictly for yourself? Okay, so she literally went on a rant, and this is funny down here. My man keeps telling me that if I continue with this attitude and way of thinking, I'll end up by myself. And to that, she's like, cool. She is so out of F's to give. She is so out of F to give. Like, she looked in the back, she looked out yonder, she looked over there, hither, thither. I don't think thither is a word. But anyways, she couldn't find it anymore. She's like, cool, if you leave me, then I can free up your space for all of the cats that I'm about to bring in. She is over it. I don't know what this man did to this woman, but clearly he did it for too long and did it way too many times, because she is done. She's like, when are you leaving? How glorious of a day it'll be. All right, so let's look at some of these comments. Worship the Dirt says, I was so happy to finally be free of the resentment when I finally left. It was so much easier to take care of just the kids. Unfortunately, he was so incompetent, he lost all parental rights. So I was stuck doing everything alone for their entire childhood, and it was still better. Blue Zebra says, the craziest thing is that men like him will also come onto this sub and talk about how his life is ruined just by being near you while you raise the kids. And then the OP says, oh, he tells me that all the time. LOL. I don't give a F anymore. Delicious Stan says, they're so pathetic. I'm sorry. Honestly, my cousin who divorced her man-child of a husband told me the other day that raising 5 kids by herself has been easier than raising them while married to that man-child. Be their cook, maid, nanny. F them, even when you're not in the mood. Keep them happy while all they do is go to work like an effing adult should and complain about everything. These women are fed up. Summers 16 says, oh my God. Lemon Lucid says, I think about this all the time whenever I scroll through here. No Ladder says, best feeling ever. Cutting out men and dating years ago. The most peaceful I have ever felt in my life. I've become part of the 4B movement, and I have no authority, says 4B all the way. These men are the ones that are pushing these women to the edge, and now they're just talking about it in these spaces. Sage of Beige says, my God, I'm in my cat hag era, 38. My sex drive drove off, missed all the red lights, hit all green, and went off a cliff. The energy is less thick. Living with a man, maybe it was this particular ex, was like living under a fog. Heavy and exhausting. Once he was gone, so was the exhaustion. I could breathe deeply. A coffee and a podcast at 2 a.m. Why is a woman alone seen as a bad thing? A woman happy in her own company with cats, so threatening. Why are we used as cautionary tales for young girls? Be likable, be pliable. Be nice, don't argue, be submissive, or you'll end up alone with 50 cats. Like, the only reason older women didn't want to be alone was the financial instability. Now women work, can limit how many kids they have, and save their own money. With options and choices, many women are opting out. Your son isn't a gift. Giving you grandchildren to keep you company isn't a priority. I'm not a vehicle to keep your name alive. Give me my babies made of cat. That woman has had enough. Then the OP says, we should tell young women that you need to be like that. You need to be independent and financially stable on your own. Get you some cats, be happy. The only time they worry you is when they're hungry. They're so peaceful. I'll be your age by the time my kids are 18. I just pray by then I can be on my own. I don't care what they do in life. Just don't come bothering me. And if they have kids, I will not be babysitting. They'll have to figure it out just like I did. Don't force women to have babies. When you force women to have babies, you end up with resentful women being resentful towards their children. Stop pushing women to have babies who don't want babies. Sage of Beige responded with, you're a baby. I'm old, so don't be offended by that. Will you go to school, work when the kids are in school? Tell your husband next time he has a tantrum that older women are saying being alone is bliss. And then the OP says, I plan on going to work and maybe back to school. Hartley says, being nice as a woman just means letting people walk all over us. I'm very kind, but I'm not always nice. Hashtag nice for what? This woman honed in on the I'm not a vehicle to keep your name alive is a BAR bar. And with that, I'll end it. I needed to just put this out here just so you all could see what women are saying. Women are getting to that point of, yeah, their level is pretty high of being upset. Definitely can see it. Things are, I have a feeling that we're going to see more of this though. So to the ladies, if you are not interested in having babies, please try to, because I know we don't all have the same options. Try to get on long-term birth control if you can. Avoid these people. I think that it's about to get really ugly in this country. Join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. I was tagged in this Am I the A-hole post. She says, am I the a-hole for denying my ex his son after he abandoned us and I took the choice alone to give him up for adoption? She says, throwaway account, so get your this is fake because new account comments out early. Okay, let's see. She says, I, 32-year-old woman, had a baby boy when I was 16. Yes, I know how that sounds. No, we weren't careful. Judge me all you want on that front. I've dealt with that for years. Mike, who's 33 now, was my boyfriend then when I found out about my pregnancy. He did a disappearing act with help from his family. Something, future college star, something. My parents were always blunt. What happened next was my choice. After a lot of thinking and deciding abortion just wasn't for me, I respect that right. I'm not here to debate it. It was just not for me. I chose to give up the baby for adoption. My parents knew a super sweet couple that were looking to adopt. We met, and I just knew they were the right people. This turned from a teen mistake to an almost surrogacy. I started homeschool to finish my education and to have rest. The adoptive parents were with me for everything and even paid for most of the medical costs. The adoptive mother was a teacher, so she helped me with schoolwork and to prepare for college. They were present for the birth, and I refused to hold the baby. Instead, his actual mother did, and it was just right. I've stayed in the baby's life in a distant position as a special aunt, but he's no longer a baby and he knows who I am. But his mom is the same woman that raised him, and I continue to be his special aunt. The only change is now he knows who to call if he needs a kidney. His sense of humor is like mine, go figure. We talk maybe once in a blue moon, which in all honesty is the best. He's happy, and I don't regret giving him up to have a happy life. For my part, I married 6 years ago. My husband, Aaron, who's 44, was divorced in good terms with Bella, who's 40. They have 2 children together, a boy that is 16 and a girl that's 19. Aaron made it clear since we began dating that his kids' approval was important and that Bella was a part of his life forever. not as a spouse, but as a friend and a mother to his children. I also told Bella and him about my teen pregnancy. Well, to begin with, the kids. My stepdaughter and I get along well. She's obviously closer to her mother, but she does still do girls' days with me ever so often. It's more like friends though. My stepson is incredibly close to me. He calls me his other mom and always asks me to be present for important events. We bonded when his childhood dog passed away, as my cat died around the same time. Bella and I, we're best friends. I know people have complicated relationships with their partner's exes, but we always show respect to each other. I never tried to take her place. I know Erin and her shared something special long before I was in the picture. That's their history, and I'm a stepmom, not a mom. Her place in the kid's life is not up for competition. The reason for this background is that the whole mess with Mike started when I took my stepson to a medical appointment. It wasn't serious, though he did have to use anesthesia. Erin and Bella both couldn't get the day off. They tried, but their jobs are on call and they cannot easily take time off. So I went on my own to be my stepson's support. I didn't recognize Mike as one of the doctors. His real name, both first and last name, are incredibly common, and it had been years. Not to mention my priority was me and my stepson's support, and everything else was secondary. After my stepson was done, he was a bit out of it, as expected. I was setting him up in the car and making sure he was comfortable when Mike came over. He told me he had been thinking about me and our son for so long, and he was glad our boy was okay. It really took me a few minutes for my brain to click on what was going on, and he kept on rambling about apologies and how he wasn't ready to be a father, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, I just sighed and loudly said, this is not the baby I was pregnant with. I gave him up for adoption after I gave birth. I am a stepmother. My loopy stepson chimed in with, other mom. I had to hold back a smirk, to be honest. Mike was stunned by that, and it gave me time to catch him up on the important details. I gave up the baby. He knows what happened and why I gave him up. I married a man with 2 children. I am happy and don't want him in my life. And no, I won't give him contact information for the adoptive family. He is 16 years too late. That was the end of it, and I got into my car to get my stepson home to rest. Since then, Mike found me on social media and has been painting this sob story about me denying him a chance to be a father, how I was a poor mother that threw away her child to raise someone else's children. I'm basically the she-devil, apparently. Most of our former classmates that saw the post reminded him that he left me. Some of his high school friends even pointed out that he laughed about leaving me pregnant. I didn't know that part. A few of his relatives have reached out to bash me about taking Mike's chance to be a father, that it made me a poor Christian. I'm not. I'm Jewish to begin with. A few friends did tell me it was a B move to give up the baby without telling Mike. I don't personally think I was in the wrong, but in case I decided to leave the judgment to the internet masses, so Reddit, am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. I really do believe that some of these men think that pregnancy is a punishment and that they don't have to participate in any of the punishment. And the fact that she was able to get out of her punishment, um, it was jarring to him, because he should have been able to punish her for being pregnant, despite the fact that he participated in activities that led to her pregnancy. She's not the a-hole because she did what was best in that moment. Like she tried to do in the very beginning of this. She said she knows that, sex is wrong, or whatever she was thinking in her own brain. I'm sure that she's replayed that time in her life. Sometimes teenagers are not safe. Sometimes teenagers are not taking precautions. But regardless, she found herself in a situation. She did the best that she could in that moment. So now this man is thinking, she didn't get her punishment, and now what to do? And the crazy thing is, thinking that he's going to bash her when he's the one that skirted away is crazy. Like, how do you avoid How do you avoid responsibilities but make her be the bad person? Um, it seems like most of the people on the thread are saying no, not the a-hole, but I definitely want you to go ahead and weigh in. I'm not going to do the comments on this one because it was already a long story. So go ahead and chime in. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. This was posted in the Nice Guys subreddit. This man is looking for a woman, and he created a whole website that speaks about what he likes and dislikes in himself. So that person gave us a few screenshots, but also told us this man's website. And this is the first picture on his website. This is about RJ. Okay, so let's go through some of his website. Thank you for coming by to learn more. Unlike some others, I don't hide who I am, and I know what I want. I am who I am. This is me also setting expectations as to what you can expect from me. Better to know now than later, right? But I left some room for mystery. Y'all, this is a long website. He did not leave that much room for mystery. Okay, name RJ. Everyone knows me as RJ. I'll let you know what it stands for if we hit it off. He's 6'1". He lives in Newport Beach, California. He's a senior executive. He likes fitness, socializing, humor, adventure, construction, mentoring, martial arts, and music. He has a bachelor's degree. 6'1", ENTJ, competitive, protector, provider, independent thinker, stoic, playful, passionate, executive, musician, martial arts, man, seeks fit, talkative, social, playful, affectionate, feminine partner. I feel like he's just adding a bunch of words. My ideal partner. I am looking for a partner who embodies the following qualities. Curves. I deeply admire women who boldly take control of their appearance in ways that make them feel empowered. Expressing themselves artfully, feminine, through breast augmentation enhancement. If we hit it off, I have no problem paying for that. Presence, feminine, petite, soft skin. I find this sultry. Physique or body types. Fit and lean physique. Self-care. Takes pride in personal appearances, including hair and nails. If we hit it off, I have no problem paying for that. And prioritizes her mental health. Primary love languages, physical affection, and quality time. The list is continuing with his ideal woman. Active listener with the ability to ask insightful questions. Personality, talkative, fun-loving, playful, and intelligent. Social engagement, enjoys social activities, and is comfortable in various social settings. Conversation, capable of engaging in meaningful and mutual discussions. Lifestyle, physically active, enjoys going to the gym. Values, recognizes and appreciates mutual value, independent thinker, feminine energy, and a growth mindset. Emotional availability, open communicator, emotional intelligence, kind and respectful. Conflict resolution, handles disagreements through constructive communication. Commitment, emotionally available and over past relationships. Now, these are some of the things he offers in a partnership. He says, purpose or direction. I know what I want out of life and impact I want to make. I am on it. Strength, solid track record. Leadership, leading with kindness but firmness. Listen, as an active listener. Protection, ensuring the safety and well-being of you and our family. Passion, dynamic energy in the dance between masculine and feminine polarities. Planning, making and managing plans with consideration for both our needs and desires. Generosity, enjoying giving thoughtful gifts and gestures. Support, providing unwavering backing and making you a priority. Emotional safety, offering a secure and supportive environment. Masculine energy, protecting and complementing your feminine energy. Family values, put this part in your back pocket. Placing family and our relationship first. So put a note on that, put a pin in that. Flexibility, supporting your choice to be a stay-at-home wife or pursue a career. Effort, demonstrating commitment and resilience. And then he's affectionate as well. Okay, I'm gonna move on past these. So remember I said stick a pin in the family and the relationship part. Okay, he's divorced. It says, I am divorced with 2 daughters, age 8 and 6, who primarily live with their mother. I have them every other weekend. So he is this protector, provider, and he only gets his kids 4 days a month. He says, my relationship with my kids is based in positive communication, helping each other, learning from each other, and emotional intelligence. We go to parks and museums. Each is different than the other, and together they complement each other. So He'll have some kids with his new woman, but he has the time and energy because he only gets his kids 4 days a month. This is a long website. I'm not doing all of it because it's long, but he does have some does not likes and some pet peeves. He does not like watching sports. If you like to, that's okay. I'll go with you ever so often. He doesn't like seafood. If you like seafood, that's okay. I'll still go with you to a seafood restaurant. Negativity or negative people, tardiness without a notification or a practical reason, lack of communication, small talk, people who don't contribute to building mutually engaging conversations, where I am the only one coming up with or asking questions. This dude definitely can talk if he's the one that actually created this. Those who generalize, those who assume, and he's not attracted to smokers. Why did my ex and I divorce? When we became parents, we unintentionally let our connection take a backseat. In hindsight, prioritizing regular date nights could have helped us nurture our bond amidst the demands of parenting. Number two, our communication styles were fundamentally different, and as life grew more complex, we struggled to find a rhythm that worked for both of us. So that's why they got. But how long did this actually work out? Because his kids are 8 and 6, so I wonder when they actually pulled the plug. He did not bash his ex, though, so that's a positive. He did not bash her. He gave us more pictures of him with various states of facial hair. And he has a referral page just in case you need to refer someone or you have someone in mind. And there's $1,000. There's $1,000 bonus there. So this does sound kind of like a company recruitment page, but whatever floats your boat. And apparently, you can create a website with AI here. I'm wondering if he created this with AI because that was a lot of words, a lot of adjectives. I have never seen anything like this, but he was definitely thorough. He was not negative. He didn't bash women. He spoke about things, how he liked things versus all of the things that he doesn't like, which we've seen with lots of the dating profiles that I have posted. Anyways, go ahead and chime in on this RJ fella. Give me your thoughts and give me your feedback. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.